What it do, baby? Welcome to Vegeta Saiyan Army. Welcome. Today we're gonna go over some very special, a couple of special announcements real quick. Everybody say hello. To your left, to my right, right here is Alex, the motherfucking OG, one of the generals of Vegeta Saiyan Army. Under Alex, pause, is gonna be Nassif. Nassif,
hey, you're under me?
the OG. That's how it shows up, bro. It's not my fault, bro. That's the God's chosen. It's God's plan. And that's everybody.
Cold, man. That's cool.
I'm just kidding. And then under me right here is going to be Chris. All VSA boys, all OGs. But real quick, before we get into anything, bro, quick announcement. We have obviously Pro Mats. You guys know is our sponsor. And to enter VSA, we do a thing where it's like you can have a jersey or you can have a mat. But now we have a new sponsor. It's going to be Davidson TCG, and they're one of the guys that do the metal leaders. So what they're going to do is they're going to put the VSA logo on the leaders, so you can get one of the new mats. And I want to get on here actually and show you guys. It's pretty sick. This is what it looks like. This is the SS4 Gogeta. This is actually dirty. Like, he showed me this, and I really want to get it now. Just because, like, look at the back. Look at his art. You guys can't see it. You guys are watching Alex and Chris and Nassif. But here's the Z Awakened leader and shit. This is gonna look dirty. So he's gonna put the VSA logo here. That's gonna be a new sponsor. So I'll have more info on that later. But okay, so today we're gonna talk about, real quick, we're just talking about Red in general. So Pan, Gogeta, and Sin. Real quick thoughts. I'm gonna fire off real quick first. Every time they released a Red leader this fucking set, every time I said, this is nasty. There's no way the next leader is gonna be good, bro. They came out with Pan, and I'm like, oh, this is nasty. They made a good, and I was kind of like not okay with the front being. It needed a little bit more rebooting, I think, the front. But then I saw some of the cards they come out in the set, and they saved it for me. And then they showed SS4, and I'm like, oh, this is nasty. And then they showed Sin, and I'm like, this is nasty. So I'm just glad it's all good off Red. That's all we're talking about today is Red. Those three decks. Sin, SS4, Pan, and later once the cards come out, we test it. We'll do deck profiles. So I'll go to you, Alex, first. Quick thoughts before we go into the cards themselves. What do you think about Red this set?
I think Red so far is the best color revealed. Like, hands down. Turtle School in green and King Piccolo in green, they're good. Don't get me wrong. But Red is just insane. Like you said, they're all heaters. Pan is good for a starter deck. SS4, when they revealed it, like, that shit was heat when they revealed it. I thought that they, like, did everything they could do, and I thought Sin was going to be the deck that was going to be bad, but then they revealed Sin, and
yeah, it's amazing.
Balls, and that deck isn't, that deck slept on. People are looking at SS4 and overhyping SS4, but Sin's a threat. Yep.
Okay, Chris, quick thoughts. Do you think anything, any quick thoughts about Red? Right, I mean, this is dumb, because I think we're all going to agree on everything, but
yeah.
Anything? Yeah. Like, but do you have anything? Yeah. Do you concur or what's up?
Yeah. I mean, everything Alex said is correct. I mean, Red last set was already looking really good matchups in the meta, and now it's like you said, Pan's a heater, SS4 is a heater, Sin's a heater. It's three Red decks. Then now when you go in the future meta, you have to think about all three of them.
Yeah.
And how they all play just so differently too.
Okay. Nassif, the OG. What you got?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and just be like, obviously Red's gonna be insane, but these decks are, besides Pan, the two decks that seem kind of nutty. I think Sin's the only card the Sin SR is the only card we got that's generic. So if these decks, if their ceiling isn't high enough, which it looks like, I mean, let's be real, fucking SS4 100k, Vegeta Xeno Overwhelm and shit, it should be nutty. But if the ceiling's not high enough, there's not much, like, room for Red good stuff to carry it over the top.
Good point. I want to piggyback off something really good you said, which is that Sin card being the only generic. Now, you say generic, but remember, it's what is it? Only played if you're Sin or a Z leader. Okay, so the only Z leader that can play it is really him, because you have to be tapped out to Gogeta's Z. And Pan doesn't have a Z, and we were talking about earlier how
yeah,
a Z.
We're
But
getting
yes,
anniversary
yes.
box soon too, though.
Of course, and we're gonna have more Z leaders for Red. Of course, you're right. But yeah, also,
yeah, you're
I
right.
haven't,
As
I
of
haven't,
now, that is archetype lock, kinda.
yeah, and we haven't really thought about the older Sin stuff and do any of these go into those. But yes, you're right. Okay, now wait, are there Gogeta leaders
Actually,
from before? Aren't there or no?
So for Gogeta, no, but Chris found Spice for Sin. If Chris wants to talk about it.
If you
Yeah,
want.
so there's a card. So the issue with the leader is they really restricted you by saying you're not allowed to have non-red battle cards because they didn't want to let you play the yellow stuff. Because if you could play red-yellow, you could evolve to the 9-drop, and it'd be not
yeah.
red. But one of the cards, one of the cards you actually have available is Dragon Thunder. Because if you have 3 energy in rest mode, it's free, and becomes a free bean for all your Shadow Dragons.
Yeah, you
Oh
can
yeah,
leave
is that
your
the one that I was
defensively
telling you guys about at locals? The one that's stabbing Vegeta?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love
Yeah.
that card.
Yeah.
That card's so nuts. Oh yeah, I love that card.
In
so
red,
much.
yeah, and in Red Sin, it's great. You just get
Yeah.
to bean your cards.
Okay, so let's talk about real quick. I'm gonna go over the leader. So you can only have your 6 Dragon Balls, the cracked Dragon Balls. The card can't attack on front. You switch it to rest mode. You grab 2 Dragon Balls from life or deck. And then if your life is at 4 or less, or you have 6 or more Z energy, you can switch this card to active mode and 1 of your energy to active mode and awaken, which I really like. I've been waiting. I've actually been talking about this of untapping on leader as an awakening effect. I'm glad it's coming up. I think this will come up turn 2, turn 3. Like you should be able to get this. I'm not sure. I know you guys have tried it, and I'll ask you in a second about this. On the awakening side, when this card attacks, you draw a card, which is great on the awakening turn. Once per turn, you choose 1 of your Shadow Dragon battle cards and up to 1 battle card or unison. And the chosen cards get minus 15k. Reminds me of the old Red Baby. And then real quick, let's look at the Z Awaken, which is... And okay, so 2 questions forming up here. Because I know the Z battle card, if I can find it. You need a certain amount of energy, which is 7. But I think this leader is going to be able to get to that because of how much his cards... Like, I know his unisons get him there, which is, I think, incentive. Like, you want to play that over the Gogeta unison. But, okay. It's going to be 7. Oh, and Alex, you said something earlier which is important. When you look at the 7 red here, that's colorless. Right, Alex?
Yeah, that's colorless. But most of the time, you still want to drop your balls because
Oh, I mean in general.
Yeah,
I mean as a
yeah.
general ruling that we should know
yeah,
from
in
audio.
general, unless it changes, the ruling that was said was that the 7 that's on this card here is colorless. It just requires 7 Z energy.
Yeah, and also like,
Yeah,
but,
so
but-
the colors-
yeah,
It's a big point because there's a black Vegeta that came out with the Crit-Ku deck, or as
cool.
Chris calls it, Drip-Ku BR.
Hmm.
It's a generic card that you drop 1 Z energy and you tap 1 energy, you play it, you bottom deck 1 of your cards in hand, you draw a card and you take a life. So for all those decks that struggle with self-awakening because they only rip to 6 and then they can't use testing the oppositions or the token negates, you can now rip yourself to 5 and then you can token negate and now your super combos are on. You're not getting punished because you only rip to 6 and your opponent's playing smart.
Right. Okay, so the Z leader real quick. Again, 7 energy to get there. And this is going to be your 6 balls. And then 1 of, like, you need, what, your unison to crack 1 time. And it should crack every time you attack or block, but we'll get to that. So it's a double strike. The Z Awaken is you being at 3 life. Oh, I'm so sorry. When your life is at 3 or less, and your opponent has 3 or more energy, you know. It's going to be over your Red Sin Shenron. It attacks, it draws 1. Choose 1 of your dragons, battle cards, and up to 1 battle card or unison, and those cards get 20,000 less. Additionally, you may remove 6 Dragon Ball cards from your drop area to the game, and if you do, you play 1 Red Shadow Dragon from your hand. So you're just free playing the SR, which is cool. Okay, so a couple questions. You guys tried this deck, right? How did you feel about how quickly you got to 7? And also, what was my question about the leader? Well, answer that real quick while I think about the leader real quick.
Yeah, that guy.
So
This is the guy that he was talking about.
yeah.
Just real quick, what they were saying about the Z energy. So basically, the Z energy on the card is just gonna match the color of the card. That's not what you have to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's any one
No,
black.
that
It's
guy,
any
well, he
one
has-
black. Is that what you're
Well,
saying?
that guy has a. Well, he
Yeah,
has like a.
no, it doesn't need one black. It's one of any.
Sorry, that's what I mean. Yeah. Okay, just
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
One card
So
for Z energy
basically,
to go to your drop. Yeah.
we saw the Surge Broly leader that needed like red green Z energy, and people were worried because it was like 3 energy and it showed red green. But I guess any color Z energy works for anything.
Okay, bet.
It just matches what's on the card.
From my understanding and from what I've heard, is that it's colorless.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, sound good. Sound good. I thought so. I mean, but okay. So, Chris, you tried the Shenron deck. How quickly?
Mm-hmm.
So, one question is, how quickly were you getting to 7? And yeah. So, first of all, how quickly were you getting to 7? To those 7.
Have you read the cracked Dragon Balls by any chance?
Yes. So they draw one, and they have.
One, and they Z charge themselves.
Exactly. So as soon as that's why I said turn 2 you should be doing, because turn 2
Yeah, so turn
you
2,
draw
go to
2,
6,
they go
and then-
there, right?
Yeah, and then at that point you have 60 energy. So because you need to be at 3 life, it means your super combos are gonna be turned on to 4. So usually what I do is that on a turn I want to Z awaken, I throw like a super combo, Z charge it, go my token negate myself down to 3, then Z awaken with 7 energy.
Another thing that seems weird, right? I love the battle cards. I think I love it when a deck has cheap battle cards that do something, some sort of removal. I like that in yellow and green right now, but we'll stay with red right now. And this deck has a few of those, but the problem is that they need like 6 Z energy, sometimes 5, 6, to be able to get played, right? So you're playing these cards before you Z awaken, but then once you Z awaken, what's up? Like you're a 20k double strike that attacks and draws, which is amazing, but are you able to still play your cards? So my question to you is, are you able to recycle somehow your Z energy? Is your Unison helping you with that? What's the deal?
No. So all of the dragons is really reading all the cards. I'm really proud of Bandai how well designed this is. So they all say if you have 6 or more Z energy, because you're gonna have the Dragon Balls possibly turn 2. It's really common. But they also say if you're a red Z leader.
Yes.
So it accounts for when you awaken, Z awaken. You don't have 6, so they all have that same condition. Which if you're a Z leader, you can play it for 1.
Okay.
Even the boss monster.
Right. So let's see. Let's talk about one example here, okay? And this is one of my favorite examples because I love this card so much. It's unique. It's a critical blocker, so it gives you incentive to protect them if you want to use them as a blocker. But it's a negate that gets played for free. But it's only free if your leader is a Z leader, or else you're tapping 4, which you know me, I'm not tapping 4. So if your leader is a Z leader, it's just like a free negate, and it's a blocker, and then it's 15k. So if you want to use your Unison to like combo it over and give your whatever, if you want to save them, I mean it's gonna die. Let's face it, it's no barrier, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, and I really like this. So my question, I guess, was again, you use your 7 Z energy, they go to the drop. Now you're a 20k double strike, but you're not able to use your cool battle cards. So now I guess you're moving on. And before I show the big boss, I guess I'll go. I just showed the crit one. I'll show the Ice Shenron. This is another one, right? Your opponent has to have 2 or more energy, and if your leader is a Z leader, or you have 6 or more. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait. Yeah. Oh, cool. No, so okay. So I just don't listen to people. So exactly what Alex, what Chris just said. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm reading, baby. Oh, sick. That's teams. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, they're sick. Okay, they're way better than I thought. Because I thought, like, oh, they're making you think a lot. You have to use this before you awaken, and then you're forced to play the big
when I
beater.
explained it, you went, oh, but you can't play it. I'm like, I got confused. I'm like, did I?
Oh,
not
Frank's a
explain it?
retard. Okay, cool. And then you also have, and then you have the double striker for 1. So I again, the reason I really like this deck is because it's so cheap with its attackers. It's so cheap with its removal. Like it's. And this is dumb, and this is not true, but it reminds me of King Vegeta a little bit. That secondary effect of just negging, you're just gonna be negging a lot of shit, dude. Like, so, let me see. You want to get rid of, with your leader effect, the guy that makes you draw a card, and he plays himself, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, it's gonna be Nova Shenron.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to do this to him. Yeah, go ahead.
You can also get rid of the 8-drop, because the 8-drop has a permanent, whereas it would be negged, it will gain 5,000.
Yeah,
Get 2 targets.
Yeah, and I want to get to him right after I cover kind of both of them, all of them real quick. You have a couple of 1-drops, which we were talking about earlier.
Okay.
We were talking about earlier because
those 1-drops are gross.
Yes. So okay, let's get into that because this is good. So the 1-drops are either cantrips or they help with Z energy. But because Alex was like, "Hey man, I'm with him. I really love the 2-drop Gogeta Unison." But at the same time, do you guys think it's worth running the broken Gogeta Unison over running the homemade Dragon Unison that's gonna help you Z more often?
So my answer is yes, and a lot of reasons. So one thing you mentioned is about your turn 2. So realistically, you are gonna see 1 Dragon Ball in hand, and so you're gonna search 2, so you're gonna draw 3, and then you can either tap 1 for the top 5 searcher, or you could tap for the cantrip that puts a Dragon Ball from your deck in your Z energy. Meaning that, on average, you're almost always awakening turn 2. So, Gogeta is amazing, because what that basically means is that you'll tap 2 for Gogeta, untap the energy, now you have 1 energy open for the double striker, so you can +1 on your, +2, sorry, on the Gogeta, cantrip, and now you got the card back, it also searched on play, and then now your leader can neg a card to neg a Unison, your double striker has fodder for its effect.
That's a lot. That's a lot to do in that one turn. That's crazy.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool. Wait, but you can do that with the other one.
I'm gonna chip in here, Frank.
Go.
And realistically, when you're going to close the game, the minus effects on the Gogeta is better than on the Sim.
No, of
the
course.
-7 to restand 1 dragon is nowhere near as good as the -4 activate battle double strike.
But also, then you have to ask yourself, are you going for consistency or are you going for ceiling? And by the way, you're playing 1-drops for free, so I mean, they're both very consistent, but you know what I mean. So I guess you guys are watching at home, try them both. If you're on top, if you're proxying the cards, try it at home. I'm one of those people that I like trying shit early. I know it's not a reveal, but it's just fun. So try it. I really like this deck being really cheap. I think this deck's, it's not gonna get slept on for long, but I just think it's dirty. Do you guys have anything? Okay, real quick, the finish. We talked about the. By the way, we're kind of going through it, assuming you guys read the cards.
Yeah, and
we're not really.
Actually,
yeah. Go ahead. What's up?
There's actually an entire card. Could have a whole discussion on this card. The card that easily breaks this deck and why Gogeta Unison's better is the Haze. The Haze
Let's go
is
to
ridiculous.
Green,
yeah,
green one.
yeah. Hold that dragon up.
Oh yeah, I
got
him.
Activate battle. You read that activate battle out loud for the audience.
All right, so activate battle limit 1. Limit 1. If your leader is a red shadow dragon, card, and you place this card from your hand or battle area in your drop, you choose 1 red shadow dragon card. Oh shit! In your battle area, you give it critical. Are you serious?
So,
oh, that's so dumb.
So, and this is why Gogeta Unison feels the best, because on your turn 2, you'll untap, tap 1 for a double striker cantrip, and you'll free play the Haze and go 20k double strike crit.
Yeah, you're gonna do
on the
that
second
to,
turn.
You're gonna you can do it to that too, but you can do it also. Can you do it to the? Dude, you can do it to the 8-drop.
Yeah, to the big guy. Yeah.
The fuck?
So, you're pulling the turn 3. Frank.
Oh, that's so
turn
nasty.
3, you go play the 8-drop, and then do it again with the crit. It's ridiculous. And again, he's a cantrip. That's why Gogeta's better. You play him, draw, replace the card in your hand. Now you can sack him on the field to give. So you don't net.
Sick. Oh, that's so sick.
And the 8-drop is gross because if you're playing against red has a lot of stuff that says I neg you down. The 8-drop says no, you don't. You buff me up.
Yeah. So that's what I said. So you want to neg that one I was talking about before. I think it's ice, and then you want to neg him because it really just gives him a 5k pump. And the Flight Triple Strike is great. Also, Protection from Charismatic is great, being an 8-drop. You play it for 2 once you're a Z leader with 3 or more energy, and then not only that, but
it's if you're a Red Shadow Dragon or if you're a Z leader, you will play this turn 3 because it's live turn 3. You have 3 more energy and you're a Red Shadow Dragon. You tap 2 to play it out.
Okay, I think you've sold me
And
then. I think you've
the
sold.
Oceanus gives a barrier as well.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oceanus
Get the
gives a
fuck
barrier.
out of here, dude. This deck
Yeah,
is so
oh,
gay, dude.
pull up the ocean.
Oceanus-
Yeah.
This deck is
Oceanus
so
works
fucking
exactly-
dumb. Dude,
No,
but,
right,
but
Oceanus works exactly like the Haze does, except it's barrier instead of
And
critical.
it's
Got
activate
it.
main, not
Got
activate
it.
battle.
Exactly.
So you play
But
these.
in the cell matchup, gross. You pretty
It's
much
so
go
good.
play the A drop, and then you give it barrier, and now you're like, all right, you have to have it. And don't forget about the activate battle on the A drop. If you once you get to the A drop, we'll explain it. But the activate battle is gross. It breaks the deck.
Okay, let me.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, let's see.
again-
Let's see.
Against Cell, this is gross because you swing at them 35k, you say, okay, block with your Cell and lose it, or go ahead and Dormant and just take
Dormant does so little sometimes against these big
Barriers
decks. Like,
until the end of your opponent's next turn.
Exactly.
Yes.
So the limit one doesn't matter because you can just do it again the next turn.
Yeah, it's really
Jesus.
silly.
all right, so we know
It's
about the
really,
deflect.
really silly.
It's gonna have barrier now, I guess. 35k triple. Limit one. It's gonna have for the 2 energy that we talked about. If your leader is a red Shadow Dragon card or a red Z leader, which we talked about earlier, there's gonna be
Yeah, it's
probably
generic.
more later. Yeah, once they reveal Cell Max next set, and we get a red Cell Max leader.
I don't
We'll
want
get
Cell
to-
Max. I don't want him in the game.
I'm sorry. All right, and and you have 3 or more energy, which will happen. You're gonna play this from your hand and activate battle once per turn. Choose up to 1 battle card or unison, and it gets minus 3,000 power for the turn for each of your Z energy. Additionally, if your leader is a Z leader, choose up to 1 battle card or unison, and it gets 30,000 power for the turn. So that's
So-
battle. Like
And
you
let-
said,
let
that's
me-
the
Let
battle.
me just explain.
Yeah.
The pain that I felt playing so I'm not a red player.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I play red, but not like competitive red. So when I was learning Gogeta, this guy Chris was bullying my unison.
Hell yeah.
He was going swing with the double striker, neg 15 unison, it loses a marker, double strike into the unison, active main on leader, minus 15 on this card, play it back to minus 15 on your unison's dead.
That's
Like,
awesome.
I'm like, oh, I have 4 markers, I'm not gonna die. He just says, oh,
What did I tell you guys? I told you guys they were gonna give us ways to just shit on unisons this set.
Yeah,
Red-
that's
red-
50,000.
Obliterate.
That's 50,000. And remember, a lot of these unisons are
And
losing
green,
their
green does the
skills.
same shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so
Like
stupid.
Exactly.
every color is gonna be able to answer unisons pretty easily now.
Yeah.
The unison that you're not gonna have to worry nearly as much next set, especially
Boom.
with Sin, is the Vegeta plus 2 unison and Cell. You're gonna be able to.
Oh,
bully
yeah.
that thing down.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not gonna really have to
That's
worry about that
obvious.
minus 7.
Because
No, Cell's not gonna be relevant anymore.
And we didn't talk about the other effect the 4-drop has, but it has an effect when it swings to KO a Shadow Dragon and nega battle unison by 20.
Jesus. Oh, yeah, that's the 4-drop?
Yeah,
This
so if
deck
that card actually
literally-
gets 3 markers if it connects.
This deck literally says Cell is irrelevant next
Yeah.
format. If you're playing
Yeah.
Cell,
Hand control is a bit irrelevant. I think hand control, having an extra deck inherently, I think makes you a little weaker as hand control.
I think Green Cooler might take over for Cell.
Oh,
And
yeah,
the
I think it
department
already
just 'cause
has.
the unisons
It
are
already
safe.
has. I love
Yeah.
that deck.
the
I
unisons
ride
aren't
that deck so
safe. You're
hard.
gonna be killing their unison every turn. So
But
they're
they can start it up a lot.
not- yeah, they can start
they're
up, they
a
have
lot more
cheap, though.
easily.
And actually,
Play
for
one for free.
the cooler matchup, Demigra actually becomes really pointless because you will actually just kill Demigra without swinging at it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, negging. I mean, if you, yeah.
That's true. That's
Oh, yeah.
true.
It-
That's horrible.
The same for the baby unison. It's 10k. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
We
I mean,
might
they
be
have to
seeing
take a
people
card
fall
under,
back
but is that
to
limit
Jiren or
1?
Sin.
yeah.
Jiren's
And,
really gonna be good.
and
Jiren's gonna
the,
be really good because with the ruling for Gogeta, Jiren hits Gogeta.
and
Yeah.
the activate battle for the A drop too, because you start the game with 6Z energy, this next 18. Like, just right off the
I had a
bat.
question about
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
No, I had a question about that. Because you move your Z energy to the drop, yeah?
So,
No?
That's
What do you
only
do?
if you're
For the-
playing
for
a
most
Z
of the-
card.
What?
yeah, but the Dragon Ball say they cannot be paid for a card a Z cost besides your leader. So they're gonna stick there for a while.
I know,
Meaning
but...
that you're gonna keep that for a very long time.
Oh, so you do this before your Z, or does it have to be both?
Well, yeah, because your Z Awakens only at 3 of last life, so you're not doing that until you're trying to like kill your opponent.
Game
Oh,
them,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Or like you can crack back your opponent so you token to get yourself down to 3 lives so you can just Z
Okay.
awaken.
This show's
Also,
gonna be
unlike,
called
unlike
Frank
some of the
Learning
other-
the Game.
Unlike some of the other Z leaders, the Z leader doesn't fall off. He stays there.
Oh yeah, he's a 20k
Yeah.
double strike that draws every turn.
Yeah, 20,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
Just-
Yeah.
And with Dragon Thunder, you're 25 when you beam yourself.
Yeah, dude.
Jesus.
Well, you know, well,
Yeah, it's gonna be-
if only. So here, let
It's gonna
me...
be crazy.
Okay, so
Yeah,
speaking of unisons getting fucked up is going to be a perfect segue. We already talked about Pan enough, but like, I do really quickly want to just talk about, I need to talk quickly about this SS4 Defender of Life, because it's only 3 energies. Pan is not as good at getting Z energy, but it's only 3.
I don't know about that.
You know about that? Okay, great. Let's talk about that then.
I kind of
Deflect,
disagree.
good. So good. 2 energy, 2 specific red, 3 Zenkai energy. Deflect a double strike. 20k base. When this card is played, place up to 1 Saiyan card from your drop area under this card, and this card gains barrier for the turn. So it's barrier deflect. Additionally, if your opponent has 4 or more life, you're gonna deal 1 damage to them. Activate main. Once per turn, you tap 1, and your leader is a Pan. Or you have 4 more energy, and Great Son Goku, the aggressor, is under this card. This card gets 5k and dual attack for the turn. So obviously, this card's going to be 35,000, dual attack, double strike, deflect, barrier, burn a life. So like we talked about this already, but like Boo Unison's dead. You know, like as we're talking about unisons. And really quick before I move on. We've kind of talked about these cards kind of already in this channel. We can talk about it more if you guys want to. I'm more than happy to. But real quick, the ones I do want to talk about real quick is the fucking aggressor, which I think is... By the way, this is a common. Bandai rules is set. If your leader... Yeah. If your leader...
The golden baby... not golden baby, golden gradient.
The golden ape that goes under the SS4, okay? So unique. If your leader is a Pan... and your opponent has 2 or more energy, at the end of a battle where this card is used in a combo from your hand, play it from your drop. If your leader card is... So that's the draw, right? So it gets 20k. You swing with it. Then if your leader is a Pan, when this card is placed under one of your Z battle cards, the Z battle card gets 5k. That's where I got up to 30. Or, I'm sorry, 35. This pump here. It gets up for the turn, and then auto when this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards. Oh, I am so sorry. This is the effect... that the Goku is going to get. Sorry, right, yeah. When this card attacks, it's going to choose one of your opponent's battle cards and it gets minus 25 for the turn. You know what's funny? When they revealed the SS4 Goku, I said, well, at least it doesn't have removal. I swear to God, I said that on the chat. And I'm like, yeah. And like, now, dude, I don't think I've seen a more overtuned card in this game since, oh God, I don't even know. Boo Unison comes to mind.
But hear me out.
One Drop Bardock, yes. Okay, so you got a lot to say. You got a lot to say in the scene. I'm going to go right to you. Go ahead.
Currently, we're in a format where it's worth investing 2 to 3 energy into your Unison. Because you have so much that plays around it. Because you have... Next format, it might not even be worth including Unisons that can't defend themselves, that can't live... because of cards like this, because every deck's gonna have access to stuff to just completely nuke your Unison every turn.
Yeah.
And
it's already to that point, to a degree.
Yeah, and
for some of the red decks.
While this card is insane, it is leader locked to a Pan card, which I do appreciate. I love it when they print these insane cards, but leader lock them, or specifically lock them to a set of leaders. I think that's how Bandai should be printing stuff, like Galactic Buster, Cold Bloodlust, things like that. Print them, but lock them to a specific set of leaders. Like, this being in this deck is amazing.
Reminds me of when Gogeta 7 came out, I was always like, dude, lock this to that shitty Gogeta deck that no one's playing. Like, you know what I mean?
No one
like,
ever printed a Mythic Booster.
I would have been playing that fucking... Yeah, that would have been so sick.
Miracle Strike?
There's
Knockout
2.
Strike,
There were 2, it doesn't matter.
Whatever it is, yeah.
But, yeah, it doesn't matter. But,
Hero Revived, I think it is.
No, that's the card. But yeah, anyway, it doesn't matter. The point remains that I like... So, this card... Now, you're saying it's leader locked to Pan. Now, luckily, Pan is insane. Like, it's... you're drawing so much.
Well,
go ahead.
To be fair, only the second part is leader locked to Pan.
Yes. But it's also... You're swinging twice for 35k.
It's still pretty nutty. It's still pretty nutty for just like 2 energy, 3Z energy, burn a life, double strike barrier.
I can play this in the Gogeta deck. I mean, it is in... By the way, the Gogeta deck does play this card in the side deck.
Don't worry about Alex.
What are you talking about? Isn't this thing fully leader locked to Pan?
No, it's
not. No. Defender of Life or the Great Ape?
Yeah.
The Great Ape.
I'm talking about the Z card. The Defender of Life.
Oh,
the deck for every red deck.
Yeah, that's like every red deck is gonna have access to burn you a life and have a double strike deflect barrier 20k
It's not a pan
for 2
card,
energy.
but like, actually, technically it's a generic red card. But we
It
should
is.
talk about the Rush Attack Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta.
Bro, that
Oh yeah, we will. We
Triple
will.
strike
Yeah,
blocker.
Yeah. Here it is. Here it
Yeah.
is. When it's called attack,
Oh my-
it's got deflect. It's a 2-drop with 2 Z energy, so it's relatively really cheap as far as we've seen so
Yeah.
far. As far as battle cards, which is Red's, you know,
This thing
that's coup de grace right there. Fucking deflect. When this card attacks, use up to 1 mono red card with 5,000 power from your drop area in a combo with its skills negated for the turn. This is great. It gives you the Z energy, right? Additionally, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unisons, negative 15. While they really don't give a fuck about unisons. And then activate miss, so sick, yeah.
50k unisons don't live next format.
Yeah, dude,
They're all
At all.
And this is the power creep. I mean, they don't want you because unisons is what made us stop playing this fucking SS3 type of surge format. Because unisons, you can actually play things on your turn, and that's how we got around to playing like surge format shit. You know, combo step everything. And the way they're gonna get us out of unisons is by just straight murdering them. Activate main once per turn. If you have 4 or more Z energy, switch his card active mode, and he gets 10,000 power, double strike, and barrier for the turn. So really, you want to have I'm bad at math. Go ahead.
Auto isn't once per turn either.
What?
The auto is not once per turn.
Oh fuck, you're right. So no,
Yeah,
but
so it actually pays itself back.
yeah,
You're only-
I was about to do the math. You gotta have 4 energy. You pay 2. You get 1 back.
So you have to have
You gotta
5
have 5.
energy.
You gotta have 5, right? Okay, if you want to, but you will, I guess. So Nassif, you're telling us about how you think it's a little easier with Pan. Go ahead, talk to us about the. Okay, so we have a card here, Pan United Emotion. This is a rare. So this is gonna be a 1-drop 15k. It's a 1-drop 20k. If this card's power is 20k, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 red Saiyan, energy 5 or less, or red unison with a specified cost of 3 from your deck to your hand. That's so nasty. Like, I don't like. I mean, Pan just seems free as shit.
The early game is going to be so much more relevant now, because those first couple attacks going back and forth, both players are going to be comboing to charge their Z energy with whatever stuff their deck has to do so. And then you give Pan a searcher for their 3-cost unison. I'm pretty sure it's going to go from like play your 2-cost unison and then awaken on 2 or 3 to now it's like play your 3-cost unison on 3 or 4 and awaken.
I really mean it when I say this. I truly don't know what the best red leader is, because when I read Pan, sometimes I'm like, I can see a really talented player that's really good at like resource management, and you give him Pan. You know who's happy about this is fucking Palacios, Tim Palacios. Who's the guy that's always playing Pan for years? I forget the dude's name, but he was always playing Pan. I was always playing Pan, and I'm like, bro, so many Pan players are gonna be coming back to this bitch, and like I feel like we're now gonna get like a really good Pan player might be better than your average SS4 player or Sim player, and I think the same
The
about the
deck's
other
going to
guys.
be the most flexible of the 3.
Yeah.
That's the beauty about this game, is that you don't have to be playing a
Mhm.
good, quote-unquote, good leader. You just need to be a good pilot. Any leader in this deck can be good. In this game can be good,
Yeah.
as long as you know what you're doing.
It's like Frank that you've been talking about, been going on this advocate a lot, that this might be one of the best sets in the game.
Stop.
Just because
Stop.
It is
Stop.
the best.
Stop. I'm gonna mute you. This is the best set we've had. This is by dude. It's not even close. Like I liked set 13, 9, 10. No, this is the best set we've had. With the exception of the Halo Goku, and Pycon looks kind of fun though.
Pycon's fun, but the Halo Goku deck is like,
Yeah, that shit looks so
So-
fucking doo doo.
it's like, yeah, let me juggle a 1k combo.
I
But
can't
do you
wait for
really
that.
want to? Do you really want to give blue a strong archetype right now? When
No, I don't. No, I
we're
don't.
dealing with like
It's
It's
baby
so much
and-
fun with
Come
green
on.
and red.
The Z
This is gonna be so much fun. Black is
Yeah,
gone.
but like they need the Z cards to keep up with the rest of the shit. But
Exactly.
they can't get a strong like blue cannot get a strong archetype because the
This is
generic
not-
blue stuff is way too
This is not-
strong.
This is not.
That's
a
not
blue
red. Yeah, that's not red. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're racist.
True.
Red has gotten. Red's gotten what? 3 good sets. Green's gotten 1 good set with the starter deck Broly. Blue and yellow have had
Starter
like
deck, you mean
16
Cell?
sets. What's up?
You mean Cell, not Broly?
No, Broly. There's a green Broly. Well, I think green Broly was more dominant when he was around. I don't think Cell is actually that dominant.
Oh, you mean
He's a really
you
good
mean
deck.
back then.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
talking
so-
like
so
how
that's
many
smart.
sets was green busted? And I think for off the top of my head, it was just green Broly starter deck. Where green was, in my opinion, like a scary as fuck deck. Where like Cell is, but if I play UI Goku, you're dead. Like I'm not afraid of Cell like I am about like back then Broly, for example. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has 2 good sets. Anyway, my point is that blue and yellow have had really like a long time. And I'm glad that red and green are getting the spot. And I'm happy to do
Yeah.
the green video next, because that's going to be very similar to this video. Like, green's looking nasty, but
So like everything's good.
Yeah.
Everything's fire.
but I digress. Let's move on to the last. And I'm really not saving the best for last. I truly think these are all just
So,
as good.
I actually
but-
want to talk.
Yeah,
about
hey mate,
something real
any
fast.
last thoughts on Pan or Sin?
So, it's not Pan specifically, but if you look up Videl, Daughter of the World Champ,
The
it's
one
a Z
drop?
battle card that Daughter of the World Champ.
Yeah, the one cost.
Yeah, okay.
It's a Z battle card that's overlooked by a lot of people.
Earthling.
But this Z battle card, it only costs 1 to play out. Yes, you have to drop 2, but for the 1 cost, if you have an Earthling in your Z energy, it blows up a 15k or less when it attacks, so it can get through tokens. That if your opponent plays a token blocker, you can tap 1, play this, swing at their leader, pump to 15, and blow up their token.
Yeah,
This card is really good, especially in SS4. I play this in SS4 when I need to tap out so I can Z awaken. This card does come up.
Mark.
dude, actually, now that you bring up the token negate too, is that the Vegeta's the same like Videl. They both kills tokens before they can block, and it really just shows that they're giving a lot of answers, at least in red, to token negates. Really just not letting you have the free blocker.
Yeah, I'm noticing also. I mean, whatever. This is the dumb take, but every set has like a staple, like little Swiss Army knife card or a little nice little gadget card. This set doesn't have it. Like, there's always like token negates, or weird super combos, or IARs, or the God of Realm cards. This set doesn't have any of that, which I think is cool. Or not. I don't know. I like to see what they do next set.
Yeah, we don't know.
The Z cards are.
Arguably, that's the Z cards.
Oh,
Yeah,
duh. I mean,
exactly.
I guess. Well, everything's a Z. Oh, the
It's
Z
an-
cards,
I mean-
yeah,
I mean-
No,
yeah,
the
yeah.
generic.
Z set.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
gimmick. I wouldn't call it like. I get what Frank's trying to say, but you guys are also right.
Yeah, no, I'm not bugged about it. I'm just like, but it's true. It's the fucking Z card, so no shit. Okay, so the SS4. This is the deck that hit me the hardest. I think because when I saw Pan, I knew Pan was good, and then I looked at Sin on the reveal trailer, and I'm like, oh, there's a Sin leader. So in my head, I'm like, well, Bandai is incapable of making a bad Sin leader, in my opinion. Like, I like the black one even. So the red one's gonna be good too, because they have a hard-on for Sin. And I looked at this SS4 deck, and I said, I'm like, this is gonna be bad. There's no way this deck's good. Like, they can't print 3 red decks. Like, they're good. Bandai's not capable of doing that. So I'm guessing they fired everyone that designs the other colors and just hired the yellow designers. And they just design everything how you would yellow. They're like, yeah, what about the Son Goku Vegeta deck? It's not red, just pretend it's yellow. And they did. And this deck is nasty. So when this card, like, permanent, you can use your mono red rest mode Saiyan cards in combos. This is so stupid. Like, this was such a dumb idea when the blue Gohan did it first. And I'm like, well, luckily this leader is bad. But now they have it on like a crazy red leader. Auto once per turn, when you use a card in a combo, you look at the top 3 cards from the top of your deck. So not only are you charging your Z energy, but you're searching your entire like deck, like your secret red or super combos, and the red unison with a specified cost of 2, and you put it in your hand.
This leader does everything you can want.
And it doesn't shuffle. It just keeps looking. So you're actually just digging through the top of your deck. Jesus. So Awaken when your life is at 4 or less, or you have 2 or more energy, and cards in your Z energy, you may draw 1 card, untap an energy.
Sorry, it's messed up on deck planet. You need to have a Goku GT and a Vegeta GT in your Z energy specifically.
Oh,
On
really?
deck, right here, it's not showing that, but you do need.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I see it on the back. Yeah, thank you so much. You go down to 6 life, which thank God, it's not UI Goku, right?
Oh,
Permanent,
don't worry, you
can
have the generic black Vegeta. I'm gonna play it and take on it.
Permanent, you can still combo your shit in rest mode. Why wouldn't you? Permanent, your cards can attack your opponent's. No, isn't it GT?
Your
Yeah,
Gogeta
your Gogeta GT. I remember this time. Your Gogeta GT cards can attack your opponent's battle cards in active mode. And when your Gogeta GT cards attack your opponent's battle cards, your opponent skips their defense step. Dude.
Yeah,
this
let's
is
just board wipe.
Yeah, this is so nasty. Once per turn, when you activate Unit Fusion, this card gains Gogeta GT for the turn. So this card... so does that mean that this card can attack your opponent's battle cards and can't...
Yes, that's exactly what I mean.
What it means.
Alright, so when this card attacks, it draws a card, then play up to 1 Red Saiyan with an energy cost of 1 from your hand in rest mode. And then real quick, let me go over the Z Leader. The Z Leader is so sick. It only lasts a turn, but it's going to be... What the fuck is that? There we go. 3 Z Energy. Awaken. You can only include 1 copy of this card in your Z deck, thank God. If your life is at 4 or less, all your energy is in rest mode, and you skip your charge phase during your next turn. Red Son Goku GT and a Vegeta GT, so your leader. And when this card is in battle, you can't activate extra skills or use cards in combos. At the end of your opponent's turn, switch this card to active mode and remove from the game. By the way, so real quick before we talk about this fucking card, this also means that the big beefy finisher doesn't leave the game next turn, right?
You skip your charge phase,
so
he stays.
this guy, and I want to get your guys' opinion, but I'm sorry, there's just so many things that this leader's effects implicate on the rest of the fucking deck that it's hard for me to move on. Because
we can start with like the Vegetas and Gokus themselves.
Sure,
So
well,
the
let's
ones
real
that
quick talk about the leader. Opening, like, just what do you guys
So-
think about this leader?
Opening thoughts is that the leader just free-playing a
Ridiculous.
one-drop Saiyan. There's so many cantrip one-drop Saiyans that you can play.
Yeah.
There's like, you can even play Legend Personified in the deck.
Mhm.
Combo it down, draw a card, then you can combo it right off. You can play Chain Attack Orgos if you want to go more aggressive, so it can get Bond and you can start swinging with it. You can play the Rushing Warrior Pan if you want. That pumps your leader if you're trying to swing into, say, a battle card. You need to swing into it, combo it, draw a card. It just does so much for you that you want to do. It literally does everything that you want it to do with this leader.
I'm mad that you didn't mention
Also,
something.
don't you? Isn't there stuff that gives your leader double strike and crit?
Yeah, so that's the 4-drop. So there's 2 4-drop Vegetas and then 2 4-drop Gokus.
Wait, okay. So no, no. I need to give these guys their own little, because I love these cards.
Well,
so much.
everything kind of ties into the leader, I feel like, because the deck is very much centered around the leader swing.
So okay.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
So the preparing to brawl cards are the ones I'm talking about right now. I don't know if those are the ones you pulled up.
Okay, I'll pull them up right now. I got
them.
them.
More important ones right now. So they reduce by 3 in your hand. That's just their 1 cost.
So they're rushing warrior pans.
Pretty well. Instead
They don't
of
get the 5K, I know.
by 5, they draw a card. So with the Vegeta and the Goku, you just swing, play it, draw 1, combo, draw 1, scry top 3.
Yeah.
Z charger.
Exactly.
Do the
Like
same
what
thing
the
with
fuck?
The Goku the next turn. It's like literally, oh yeah, let me just go ahead and draw like 5 cards in one.
That's so
For
nasty.
no reason whatsoever. And then, so now that's them basically, that's just their gimmick there. You have 8, I draw 2 cards. And then the Rivalry United cards, they play off of the other one being comboed. So if you combo Goku, you can tap 1 to play the Vegeta, neg 15 something on your opponent's board, deflect critical, and the Goku comes down, he draws 1, double strike when a Vegeta GT's in the combo area. They play off each other. But if you combo them off the board, so you can swing with them, then swing with your leader, combo them in rest mode, tap 1, the Goku will give your leader 5k double strike, and the Vegeta will give it 5k critical. You can combo them both and give it 10k double strike critical.
So you can tap 4 for a really sick turn.
Yeah, you can tap 4 and make your leader a 35k double strike critical if they negate your attack.
Yeah. And like as a crackback, by the way, I just love that Vegeta is doing Dwayne the Rock Johnson's fucking people's elbow, and I love that Goku is doing Sweet Chin music. Where's he at? He's literally doing Shawn Michaels, whatever. I like WWE, but okay. So not only that, but like you,
GT Goku's always kicking.
Yeah. And I feel like this would be fine if the leader didn't have a free sensu bean to fall back on.
Yep. They also have the what's it called? Digging
Deep.
Right?
I pulled them up right now. Yeah, if the leader card is a red Son Goku
just
GT.
literally
Yeah.
saying when it's comboed.
Yeah.
Oh, my leader's being for the turn. Oh, I'm gonna imposing digging deep 25k base for the
Yeah.
turn.
And it's a free, like it's so ridiculous. This set has so many like I don't know.
You gotta think though, all the shit that can put that crazy pressure into unisons, it can also just like swing into your leader. So
Yeah.
you gotta have big defense for big
Oh,
offense.
of course. Yeah.
We didn't mention the SS4 Vegeta searching for rivals.
Yeah, we'll get
That
there.
one just says, that one just says active main. I'm gonna pitch him to search my deck.
Yeah,
For
you got a couple of these in your
cost
deck.
red
Yeah,
card. Bro,
Yeah.
it searches anything in the deck.
and
This card, like, why did they need to print this as well? Like, they just gave
Also-
this deck so much, like, I'm gonna go through my entire deck.
Yeah.
And
And
this-
we haven't even
yeah.
gotten to the A drop yet.
and also like it also
True.
shuffles your deck. So if you see a super combo in a secret rare, you're like, oh shit, I've seen 2 super combos that I couldn't grab for whatever reason. You know, like, I mean, you have it's up to 3, I know, but the fact that this guy shuffles your deck might feel nice. Or you can just charge him if you don't want to do that, whatever. But yeah,
I'm a big fan of just being able to shuffle your deck. When you
Yeah.
have the inability to shuffle, it actually really matters what you find.
oh,
off the top.
absolutely, it does. Yeah, I also though like scrying. So if you're searching for something important and you're just going through your deck, but yes, you're right. I know. I do like the shuffle, especially in a deck
Yeah,
that doesn't like
because-
U7 Goku, for example. Like when you're doing your shit with 17, I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of things that make you shuffle unless you're using the one drop.
No, there isn't.
But whatever,
And
yeah.
it was like the other day in testing,
Yeah.
I swung and I scryed off my leader. I saw a super combo. I saw an 8-drop. I saw the SCR.
That's sick.
And I was
awesome.
like, what the hell
Hell
do
yeah,
I
dude.
I'm like,
Fucking
that's the
rules.
super combo, obviously, but do I take the 8-drop or do I take the SCR?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't have an 8-drop in my hand, but I don't want to lose it, not see it. Like, it's really, like, this card being able to shuffle is great.
Sick. And then the Unison, obviously, I mean, we know what it does, but having like, and I've told you guys, I'm putting 4 crowns in this deck, 2 on the side, 2 in the main. If you're a blue player, dude, you guys are laughing, dude. If you're a fucking blue player, dude,
Oh,
don't
man.
see me with this deck. Do not
Blue
see me with
players are
this
gonna
deck, bro.
cry. Like,
I'll take it
Crown-
out against yellow, I guess, but like,
You have
if
the
you-
4 crown, the 4 imposing. You're ready for aggro and
yeah,
stall.
dude, fuck
I guess
yeah, shut
you're
the fuck
chilling.
up.
Four
I
crowns,
like, no, I'm not like
four
against.
testing.
I know that I like Violent Rays. Like I'm playing Violent Rays. Don't get me wrong. Like I understand.
Oh.
I get it. Like, but let's see. So this Unison does make you play an extra 1-drop. So you'll be able to play your 2 Gokus or 1 Goku, 1 Vegeta, whatever.
The Goku and Vegeta that just
And
say
it's a
draw
plus
card.
2.
Yeah,
So it
dude,
might survive.
because a lot of things are killing Unisons, and this guy seems like he's gonna go up.
They
He's-
made him a plus 2 because they made all these units.
of course, yeah. You
That's
gotta
the only reason he was
survive.
plus 2.
You gotta survive.
Because if this guy
so.
was printed, imagine this guy was printed back when Starter Vegeta came out.
Yeah, that's awesome. I may just
Imagine if
play
this
this.
was the
in-
unison released with Starter Vegeta.
Yeah.
This unison would have
Yeesh.
this
Broken the
unison would have
meta.
been insane.
Yeah.
I mean, Starter Vegeta did have Piccolo Unison, but okay, I know. Here,
Bro,
let's.
I don't play Piccolo Unison in my build of this deck because my unison
Oh, yeah,
dies
yeah,
so
yeah.
fast.
I'm talking about
Piccolo
Starter.
Junior doesn't live anymore.
Yeah. Okay, so you can only have one of these Z battle cards in your deck. If your level's at 4 or less, we already know what this guy does. Already talked about it. But okay, have you guys thought of anything cute? In my opinion, this is just like, forget this card exists. I'm just gonna play the game, and I know that I can just tap out. And if we come to a shotgun situation, I know that I'm not gonna die. So I feel like the way to go after this deck is to go a little wide, a little tall, but a little wide. Not exactly shotgun. I mean, I know that. I mean, it just makes my opponent play differently. Now that I know that I just have this behemoth that I can just slap on my leader.
Well, are we talking about cute text?
Yeah, apparently. What's your
Yeah,
tech-
so with the new ruling that's been discovered with Gogeta, like being able to be targeted by Unison extra cards, there's a card. It's very gimmicky, but I actually think can come up for like the opponent is playing the Toa Unison and -4 stealing it. Because
Dark Demon Realm
yeah,
Scientist.
because now you tapped for your own Gogeta that is board wiping them and then going guaranteed triple strike into their face. and then it
He brought
restands,
this up earlier and it's gross.
and it restands as your blocker now. And
Huh.
so like
Does it
Wait,
leave?
but it's only if the board's in rest mode.
So it's
What do
called
you mean?
Toa Dark Demon Realm
no,
Scientist.
no, it says at the end of your turn, restand.
No, I know, but the leader is what allows the Gogeta GTs to attack active modes, right?
I mean,
Yes,
yes.
So, but the thing is, Gogeta, at least when I've been playing it, like I said, I'm not really a huge red player, so I'm like playing the deck wrong, I'm still learning red like that. but you tend to not have a huge amount of cards on the board, so you might have a few cards in rest mode, but still being able to swing triple strike at your opponent's face and saying, "You can't negate me."
This is
Oh,
so.
I'm saying if you stole it. I'm saying if you stole it, you wouldn't be able to swing into their active mode shit.
Yeah.
So you could board wipe their rest mode.
But like,
stuff,
if the
so,
Gogeta, if they put the Gogeta,
Oh,
they
you're
probably
saying
had a whole.
Vegeta? Yeah, true.
They had
Vegeta
it- no.
doesn't have a board.
No, yeah. Like, well, the thing is that too is that like, if they played it, they also might have had a board already, and then you're basically just cleaning it up.
True.
I love
Yeah,
how
it's pretty
high
good.
cheese this is. This is some Randy Johnson high cheese.
No, it's not cheese. This card's always been good for big boss monsters that a deck
Hell
relies
yeah,
on.
dude.
I used to play this as a side deck card in my Rainbow Bardock list for a little bit, for against other decks that played SS4 thwarting, because I would play the Toa, -4, take their thwarting, and just start negging all their advantage that they
And
have.
also a little on Sin, because this is like I'm playing Sin next set. This is actually relevant in Sin because your leader free plays. When you're a Z leader, you can free play any dragon. You can just free play the 8-drop. They have 2 triple strikers.
Oh yeah, it free plays a lot. There's 2 things that free play, right? It's the Z and it's the Unison.
No, the Unison restands. It doesn't
Oh, well, what else
No.
free plays? No, something else does, doesn't it?
It's not the Gogeta Unison. Free plays the little ones.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah.
But like the leader free plays any one of them from your
Yeah,
hand.
the leader's
And-
a wish leader, quote
We-
unquote. You remove 7 balls from the game and you you play a 8-drop from your hand.
A ruling that has also come up, which makes a lot of red decks very relevant that has Z leaders, is the fact that Harful Plea is currently being ruled that it works on Z Awaken.
Yeah,
Because
that's
it
so
worked on
true.
True.
Which means you can steal Gogeta, swing, and do everything, and then you can Z Awaken, sack it off for Harfeld.
But that also means that Gogeta itself can play Heartfelt and get it out very easily.
A
to turn it
disgusting
Z Awaken.
turn is turn 4 tap out, you play Gogeta, you clear them, swing triple strike, you go Vegito, swing 40, Z Awaken, yeah, 40 quad, Z Awaken, go to Heartfelt, offering triple strike, and then you swing 100k. All of that for 4.
A light in the dark.
So,
Yeah.
so Frank,
The
did
Frank
that
Castle.
sound good for tapping 4?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh,
I'll tap
dude,
4.
Frank, wanna go like a 10-minute rant about how
I'll
good
do
Vegito
it. I'm tapping. Fuck it.
Bro,
I'll
but
tap.
we can talk about that Vegito for the last part of it. That Vegito
True.
SCR
Yeah,
and
that shit's nasty.
red is insane. I never thought we'd see the day that we get overalls in different colors.
It's like Frank said,
Same.
man in a mission,
Gross.
gone.
Free
No, I'm
play-
so happy, bro.
Free play, look at the opponent's entire hand. It's like Army Reborn, where you get to just look at the entire hand. You
Yeah.
can count all their combos, so you know what they have, and you can take something important. You can take their own 8-drop, you can take a super combo out of their hand, you can take anything 35k or less, and then you just go, if they do have a negate, you swing 40 quad to their face, force that one negate out that they have, and then from
Hope it
there
wasn't
on,
a,
you just-
hope it wasn't a token negate because you're just gonna swing Gogeta at the token.
exactly, you'll just swing Gogeta into the token, then punch their face with it.
Y'all know what's fucking nasty about that SCR? I didn't know. Like, when I saw it, I was doing overtime. I was in some shit. And, I saw the card, and I'm like, oh, they didn't make Goku the God Rare. This is the God Rare? And for like a day, I was so happy they leaked the God Rare. And I'm like, well, of course they leaked the God Rare. They were in an event, like in Con or whatever the fuck they were doing.
This ain't even a god.
And then somebody goes like, yeah, we can't wait to see Goku being the God Rare. I'm like, you're an idiot. Why? What are you talking about? And then I'm like, oh shit, wait a minute. Holy shit, that's not a fucking... And I looked at it again, because it looks like a God Rare. It's like golden, with the shit breaking up on the side with silver. I was like, yo.
I do think the God Rare will be the Goku.
It's gonna be... No, obviously it's gonna be Goku. I'm just dumb. Like, I saw the Vegeta, and I'm like... Yeah, I'm like, okay, it looks like it's Vegeta.
Dude, they're saving the UI Goku God Rare for the next set.
Yeah, they're gonna
This
say
card-
that. They're gonna upset everyone and make the Bardock the God Rare.
This card gives me fucking big Hyper Evolution vibes, and I love it.
What, the Vegito?
Yeah.
I love
Like,
Hyper. I know
it
what you're
reminds
talking
me
about,
of
yeah.
that card so much, and I
I
love
remember
that.
Hyper Evolution. I feel like, yeah,
They
this
said-
set, the case
they
is gonna
said-
be so expensive.
They said we banned Faf here. You guys can have this now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's why I was so happy. Because, like, bro, fuck that shit, bro.
25 was too much. Here, take
Yeah.
50k quad.
The fuck out of here. Give me my
Or
quad.
40K quad.
Make my leader 25k for a
Dude,
turn and
the
a half.
worst, probably the worst part with this leader is the fact that he gains Gogeta GT, even though the Gogeta you play is already board clearing them. So like, it's kind of irrelevant that your leader becomes a Gogeta.
I'm like,
print a promo Gogeta.
it's so
that
ridiculous.
that is what make or breaks this deck. Is when they make a cheap Gogeta GT, and all of a sudden your leader becomes relevant because now it swings at your battle cards with no defense step.
Yeah,
So,
I
okay.
feel like they're gonna print a promo for either this deck or the Sin deck.
Yeah.
It's gonna be for one of them, but I feel like if they print a cheap Gogeta promo, really
Now, here's the
now
thing, though.
attack battle cards, I think it would break the deck. It would
Yeah.
make it insane.
But the Gogeta GT promo, what if it becomes removal? Because then that means it becomes the only out to the other Gogeta. I mean, you can use extra cards, but now you swing with a battle card that has the
That's
out.
true.
Man,
Well, that's
it's
not
just
the only
so
battle card
dumb.
that has an out. That you can play the 5-drop Peerless Fusion SCR. That's an
True.
out.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel about the idea of like the plus 10k for until the end of your opponent's turn versus like Baby Hatch or
Sick.
Black Supreme Kai of Time,
Let's
like floodgate effect?
I mean,
What do
here's
you
the
what do
thing.
you prefer?
Did you want it to also have Hatch on top of it?
Well, no, it
Well,
basically
you
does.
also-
Giving a double bean is a mini
So-
version of
Yeah,
that.
especially when you're
Don't
imposing.
worry. So you also have to think. You're not only giving it double beam. You have imposing presence in your hand. You have digging deep in your hand. So now you're negging them 5k. You're beating yourself for the turn. So now you are a 25k. No, sorry, you're a 30k, and they're all neg 5k. The only
So I
thing
guess
that
what I'm saying is,
pressing
do you
yourself
think this is
off-
healthier? Do you think this is healthier for the game than straight up floodgates?
Yes or no? I think we need a little bit
Yeah,
of both
yeah.
because I think sometimes floodgates. I think sometimes your leader being beamed isn't a good thing for you. Sometimes like you want to be swung at, like so it's your battle cards that you want to save. Like when I'm playing a game, I'll go dangerously low.
I don't know what he's talking about.
No. So what I'm talking about is that
when
a
I play you at
floodgate.
Goku, I combo all my
stops-
Frieza 17s.
Okay, let me know when you're fucking done because I got a fucking point here. You guys are assholes. Okay, you guys are pieces of shit. When I baby hatch, you can't swing at any of my battle cards. Okay,
Yeah, it's
like sometimes
for you.
if you're tapped out and all your battle cards are in rest mode, and I don't think I may be able to kill you, I'm swinging at your board, bro. Like a lot of times, if not most of the time. So like I'd rather sometimes.
So Frank,
Yeah.
I have a question. Your baby hatching Gogeta 8?
Yeah, okay, different shit. Different shit here, pal. Different shit. It's different. But yeah.
Are you
Now,
super comboing?
okay, Baby Hatch is obviously better, but like Chris said, I mean, this guy's free. Like when you guys were busting my balls, when you guys were breaking my balls when I was talking about Red needs a free SCR, and you guys like, what do you want it to do then, Frank? And I was like, I don't know.
This is everything.
Give it a little defensive, give it a little something. I remember
is-
what I
yeah.
said. I said make it like a vanilla 40k, give me 5k for 2 turns and make it crit or something. And you guys were like, Frank, you're insane. And you guys were making me sound like an asshole.
Listen,
It sounded broken because it was broken, and this card is broken,
Yeah.
so
No,
no one wants to hear it.
If you had it your way, this Vegeta would have also nuked the board.
I would not have made it this broken. I'm being honest. For free,
Now,
this is
the
nuts.
thing is, you say that Baby Hatch is better, but these are two completely different playstyles for the deck. You're trying to kill your opponent. Baby Hatch
Yes.
makes you want to live.
Of
They
course.
both fulfill different things that you want to do.
Oh,
Like,
you're
Blue
saying
now,
this
Blue, if
pump
you were-
is an offensive pump. I like that. That's a good point. Yes, that's a good
It's
point.
offensive and defensive.
Of course it
mean,
is. I like
both of
that.
them.
Yes.
But- But you have to look at Blue now. They also have a choice for offense now if they want to play the new Goku.
Well, Broly SCR does the same for red, also,
Broly SCR
where
does do the
Oh,
same,
yeah.
but
I
double beans for
Yeah, yeah,
the... I'm just saying, like, we do have a precedent for this, and
Yeah.
we do have a precedent where we have, like, the most recent Kai SCR, where it's, like, pay 1 and they have to pay a life to attack every time.
Can't
So,
they?
like, I'm just wondering, like, what are we gonna see more of going forward, and especially with the combo step being so much more important, I think double beating my leader for the turn is gonna be better than straight up stopping them from attacking.
But another
Yeah,
thing
you
is
get-
that
you get a combo
Yeah.
step there.
yeah, but
Exactly.
a lot of
That's
these
kinda
decks
what I
are
was
just
getting
able
at.
to go
It's the
over
same argument
20k.
for,
I feel
like
like.
playing combo decks, and you're not playing hard negates.
Yeah,
because
but
you
if
want
you're
a combo
playing
step.
against like Red Sin's 20k, so he's what he combos once with the unison effect, and what? Like I don't know. Like 25K doesn't seem that
You're
tall
still making him use
anymore.
a card.
Of course, yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, like, I mean,
especially when you make a crit.
right? Yeah, double strike crit. Yeah, that's just nasty. So I think, like, out of all of them, gun to my head, I gotta put Gogeta over all of them, just because having a fallback of 100,000 is just too nasty.
So what I'm gonna say is I'm gonna say that there's going to be a lot more, and I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but there's gonna be a lot more lesser skilled players playing Gogeta.
Oh yeah, Dark Broly effect.
Be higher skilled players playing Sin.
Dark Broly
And
effect.
I do think that a lot of those Gogeta players will lose to Sin because they're gonna focus on just, I need to drop the 8-drop, but Sin will aggro them early. That's what Chris was doing to me.
I think that's what's gonna happen with Pan. Actually, I think the good players are gonna go play Pan. Actually.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, Gogeta is super hyped. People are gonna just rush on the Gogeta train. Gogeta is good. Don't get me wrong. Just board wiping your opponent, triple striking their face is gross. But when you're playing against other colors that have floodgates like Dirty Burst and Blue, what are you really doing with Gogeta?
Well, Blue's dying, but I feel like I'm okay with it because if I'm spending my money,
dying? You think Blue is just dying?
I'm buying, bro. Come on, bro. What are you playing? Like Trunks is the only deck I'm scared of next set that's Blue. I'm saying this.
I'm not talking about the decks. I'm not worried about Paikuhan or anything like that. I'm saying you think the current Blue decks are gonna die.
No, I think SS4. I think gets the most support.
SS4 Rampant,
bro, I can't wait to do that deck profile. By the way,
SS4 Rampant and SS3 Reboot are great next set in my opinion. SS3 Reboot gets that stupid ass 6-drop Goku that says, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, that card's so nasty.
At the end of my turn.
Yeah, that card's so fucking nasty. That what a fucking mistake that card is. That card's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so
that card's so fucking ridiculous.
Another kind of general question: what do you guys think? Do you like? We're getting a lot of shit that draws a lot, but also we're gonna be fucking comboing a lot more. What do you guys think hand size is gonna be like? You still think we're gonna have 12, 13
They
cards in
recycle
hand?
though. Yeah, they recycle.
I think Tyranny's Cost is about to become a better card.
Oh shit. Okay, so you think it's gonna get worse? All right.
I don't know, because it's making us combo, though. The games might go quicker. The games might go faster just because we're taking more life, maybe. I don't know.
So, the thing is, when I play GT, I might just have the privilege of everything says, haha, I draw when I combo, but my hand size is still really big. There was a game
you're never going minus in hand with that deck.
There was a game that I was playing where I had like 15 cards in hand with that deck. Like,
Jesus.
Like, disgusting. Like, I was just like, play, draw, combo, draw, charge. Play, draw, combo, draw, charge.
Not gonna lie, there's so much drawing that it would be such a crazy curveball by Bandai if the new Shuman Salsa leader was just a mill leader.
That rules,
Like, all the drawing, like, alright, we're gonna balance it. Here's a new mill leader.
Shuman Salsa play 2-drop skill list for free, right? That's what Shuman Salsa and draw a little bit.
That's the old one, but
That's the old one.
The new one they're literally brand new forms in like in this league.
Yeah, like furries or some shit.
Yeah, so I'm sorry, excuse my hero's knowledge, guys. I'm sorry, but like it could. We don't know what they could be doing. And I forgot if they had a Z leader or not.
I hope it's broken. I hope it's just broken. Fuck it, break the whole game.
They did also get the Champ Pack promo that just came out.
True, and that.
Oh, I wish I'd read that. Yeah.
Although it might not work because they might, in their new forms, they might be called something new, like Super Shroom or something. I don't know about these.
Dumbest mistake.
They would do some shit like that. Different. But yeah, all right. So gun to your head. Everybody pick a leader. Everybody pick a leader. I'm picking Gogeta. But by the way, I'm a trader. I will pick. Look. If I'm playing Gogeta and I'm saying it's not working, I'll go right to Pan. Like
no, something very important that has to be discussed about Gogeta. At the moment, Gogeta, the 8-drop Gogeta cannot be negated, and some people do not think this is gonna make it onto release. If it doesn't, like Bandai Rada did before it comes out,
that's the case. I don't think it's gonna not be able to get negated. It just doesn't sound that way to me. Like. It says defense step. Doesn't that mean combo?
No. It says Gogeta, when this card is in a battle.
Yeah, when Gogeta is in a battle, you cannot use non-super combo skills, and the rules define when a card attacks, you are in the battle. You cannot negate.
I'm not stressing this stuff too much. There's gonna be a lot of rule changes. I know.
But that's the point.
I know.
And that's what my answer is gonna be. If the Gogeta can be negated, the Sin is better.
Okay. Yeah.
If they change it, because Fastbinder said earlier that that Q&As are going to be updated
Of course.
before
Come
the
on.
set's released. If they update it to a counterattack stops you from being considered in battle, per se, if that becomes, like, per se, a ruling, I don't think Gogeta's a great deck. Because you're just going to negate the attack, it's never going to...
Pan
It's
is
not
still
going to
the
be
best of
great.
the three.
It's hold on, wait. It's not going to be great.
I could totally see an argument
It's
for that.
not gonna even be great. Come on, dog. This shit's nasty. Like, oh,
Okay,
rip.
no,
I'm,
no,
like,
we're
just-
not saying it's gonna be bad. Hey, we never said it's gonna be bad. It's still gonna be gas.
He said
but it's
not
gonna
great.
Yeah,
He said
yeah,
not
because
great.
we're
That's
comparing it
yeah.
to great. No, we're comparing it to Sin and Pan, which will be way better if that card can be negated.
Yeah, if that card can be negated, Sin and Pan are just better than that deck.
Like it won't
That's
be. It
fair.
won't be a competition. I'm sorry to say that.
No, I do
Because
like the. Yeah.
I sit there. I play like 2 8-drops. What does Red do? They cry about it. How do they out them?
well, I
But Gogeta
think
8 outs
if
it.
that's the case that we're talking about here, then I don't even think Pan comes close to Sin because that 8-drop itself having deflect barrier and like I don't.
No, it doesn't
Like,
have
what's
barrier.
Pan doing
You
late
give
game?
it barrier.
What? It does have barrier.
You have to give it
I
barrier.
know.
Hey,
Okay, but
hey,
you're
if you're
doing
going
it for
first,
free. Yeah, I mean,
Listen,
oh
if
come
you're
on,
going
guys. You know,
first, it actually comes up because
Okay, come
your
on.
opponent needs to have 3 more energy to give it barrier.
come on. We
So
know
that's,
it's gonna have
like,
barrier.
No, but and that's an actual point. So if you're going first, you'll
Yeah.
have 3 energy before your opponent, meaning you can actually give it barrier.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. But that's, I mean, fucking fair. I hope so.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard to hit it. I mean, it's an 8-drop, like even without barrier. You know, like I mean,
Reds will struggle because they can't neg it because you'll just go gain
Yeah.
5,000 power.
Yeah,
Red
what
can
are you
hit
gonna
it.
do,
Green,
Vanilla me?
green
What
can't
are you
hit
gonna
it.
do, jeering me?
Yeah,
the thing's
exactly.
just gonna gain it.
What are you gonna imposing?
Does that stack? Let me see.
No.
No, it's one.
No.
Oh, okay. I had to. I almost
Yeah,
got
but-
out and looked at it. So I think I'm on that train. If Gogeta truly is how he works, because he's, I mean, he's a fucking triple striker, guys. And then you what?
Yeah,
you can't-
Gogeta's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gogeta's insane. So if you really, I think I agree with that logic. I think I'm with him. That's true. I'll go with that logic. If you can, because I'm on the fence with Sin and Gogeta. One thing about Pan is that her early game is insane, but I think her
It depends
finish-
how good, generically good having Z, like, just the more red Z battle cards that come out, the better Pan's gonna get. So maybe right now,
Of course, yeah.
Pan has the lowest ceiling, but over time, she has the most room to.
It's the same
Be
with
the
the
best
Red
leader.
too.
Because with more Red Z battle cards, more can be.
And if
done
they give her a Z
together.
Awaken.
Yeah,
They just
and-
charge their shit so fast. Like Sin and
Yeah.
Goku charge it so quick, and it seems.
So does Pan.
Yeah, I need
Uh,
a no. You know what? I need a because I say that insinuating Pan doesn't, and I need to rebeat the Pan cards because I'm clearly missing what because
You're missing the 1-drop Goku that combos when it swings.
So the thing is
Unbreakable?
that, like, yes, Pan is still really good, but it's a starter deck. It's not going to be as good as.
Stop.
I say that.
Dude,
I say that
we've
when
had
your starter Vegeta, that was
Shenron was a starter deck.
crazy.
Vegax was a starter deck.
Yeah.
This game doesn't give a fuck. Don't print
I'm
a starter
gonna
deck.
go
That's
for a second.
crazy.
I have
Game
less
run,
experience
game
with
run
older stuff like that.
discriminate.
What?
I
What'd you
have
say?
experience with older stuff like that because I came into the game battle of.
Fair. Just helping you out here.
So I didn't actually know Vegex was a starter deck.
No,
Hey
but I
guys,
like
y'all know that
Snake.
the best Z card ever revealed right now is the Oolong.
Bro, that
Yeah.
Oolong's retarded. That
Oolong
Oolong's
is
so
great. Oh, we didn't talk about Oolong's yellow. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oolong
yeah.
is sick. Oolong is so nasty.
You can definitely say that. I would sit down for 10 minutes to talk about how great you can use
Well,
stuff with
okay.
Oolong.
What's the downside of playing Oolong? It's on the sideboard. It's
There
on the
is
side
no
deck
doubt.
anyway.
You have
It
an
just
extra
takes a
deck.
spot.
Just
You
play
have
one.
7 spots.
Yeah, but right now we don't
Let's
have
take
better
Oolong for the fun
options.
stuff with- Let's take
Yeah,
Oolong
fair.
for the fun stuff for the
The,
yellow video.
well, the Goku's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I'm
okay,
also not here for
we'll
yellow
save it for
video.
yellow because that card. Trust me. When we talk about yellow, the bad thing is yellow's still getting released. So I think next is gonna be green. Next is gonna be
Oh,
green.
yeah.
I'm gonna procrastinate the blue one.
Green is
Green is so
really-
stupid.
I
I know we're doing green next. Chris
Yeah.
can come in for green as well because Chris
Yeah.
has been playing
It's,
Turtle
I'm
School,
so happy.
and green is really.
I may
that
play
Turtle
that,
School deck
yeah.
is gross.
So I want to
Yeah.
get a case. I have a question for you guys. When you guys get a case, because I think what I'm gonna do
I'm
is
broke.
I'm gonna get a case with someone. This is the most when you want to buy a case, you look at the secret rares, right? And I don't think that the only time I've liked
you
every
can
secret
name.
rare, the only time I've liked every secret rare was when Invoker had, I think it was Cell, Vegeta, Goku, and Dragon.
Cell Xeno, Ape
Set
Okay.
9.
and
It's not, I
Black
love that.
Smoke, right?
That was like, you get any of those, you're a fucking king. And now we get, I think the Bardock's insane. I think the red one's insane. Like Bardock, yeah, you're tapping a little more than usual, but you're set.
Yellow.
You're set. You play that?
Double strike, dual attack.
You know,
the full
Rest and
blow up
energy.
cards.
blow up
Oh,
two
defensively, your opponent can. Because look, in this game, Nassif may beat me, but maybe at 1 turn 2, maybe at 1 turn 4 and 5. Maybe there's that card says
Maybe
you're
you
winning
don't
the
win
next
the
2
game.
turns. That card is so good, but whatever. We know it's good. The red card is obviously good, and the blue one's insane. The blue one, like, for a creative player's point of view, I'm sure the card's just a wet dream right there. So when I'm looking,
said it, bro.
So while the Bardock is a yellow card, it's not really yellow because it's used
Saiyans.
in any Saiyan.
Yeah.
Saiyan
It's gonna be
card.
so good for Pan.
True.
It's a
Oh my
Saiyan
god.
card that's 3
So
colors.
good for Pan.
So it's
Wait,
good for any
but why
Saiyan deck.
play that in Pan over like Vegito though?
no, I'll play Vegeta and Pan. Yeah, I don't know.
Does Vegito say
Maybe
It says
you lack
mono
removal.
red Saiyan.
Hold on, because
Does
maybe
it say Saiyan
Pan.
only?
Yeah. No, Saiyan. Oh,
Is
she's
it
an
Saiyan only or
Earthling.
Saiyan?
Oh
it's,
yeah.
it's a mono red Saiyan.
Oh wow, good point.
Vegeta will light in the dark. 1 second.
Good point.
Why is
No,
it
Light in the
not
Dark is.
Why is it not on here?
It's not
Oh,
on
I see
that
what you
planet.
mean. I see what you mean.
No, it's, I was looking at the
I thought you were
pictures
talking
of
about Bardock. I thought you were talking about
Facebook.
Bardock on that one.
no.
Either way, whatever.
The
Pan
light
can
in
get
the dark. It says
Pan can get
mono red
Vegeta.
Saiyan card. Oh, it's good. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, you can run it in any red Saiyan, mono red Saiyan deck.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry, Broly. Sorry, Broly. Search.
So yeah,
It's
sorry,
really
Invoker.
okay.
You know, if you can afford Apex, you know.
Yeah. So I feel like at this point, if you buy a case, you're gonna be rewarded. And my point is like,
Yeah.
well, right. So if the cases are $1,500, yeah. If the cases are under, well, it depends where you get the case and how much you're paying for it. I guess. You're
The
right.
cases are absurd right now for pricing.
Right now,
Like, I'm
you think it's
happy
gonna
that- I'm
change?
happy I'm getting
Yeah.
mine for the price I'm getting mine, but right now they're absurd for price. They're like 1,500 on TCG.
That's
Player.
what Travis
You
told me,
realistically-
or Trevor. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, they're like ridiculously expensive on TCG Player because all the
Yeah.
SCRs are gas. It's a new mechanic, so you
Yeah.
kind of need to.
Oh,
get
I'm
this
sorry.
stuff.
There's a God Rare too, by the way, in case you're wondering.
And there's
Oh,
a God
yeah,
Rare
yeah.
set.
And we still
Right.
haven't seen it.
Have you seen the price of Vegeta God Rare? That's why this set is insanely expensive.
You know what? I'm buying a couple boxes and just keeping them. I'm just never
Yeah,
opening
I'm
them.
gonna save my store credit that I'm getting at the couple stores that I play at
good,
to get
good,
like
yeah.
1 or 2 boxes. But yeah, I mean,
I like
I'm
70
splitting-
bucks in
Unpopular
Prodigy.
opinion.
I'm splitting a case with Connor, and I told him at the beginning, I'm like, listen, we can talk about who gets what. He wanted green cards, I wanted red cards, so I'm gonna get all the red cards.
Oh,
if I'm not
wow.
mistaken.
Still the blue cards?
He's getting all the green. I think he's getting all the green and all the blue.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh
have
my
to
God,
discuss
you're
because
set,
He's
dude.
not gonna want the blue. We're gonna have to discuss something with the
No,
blue.
Connor would want to play the Goku.
Connor would want to play the Goku, and I would want to play Paikuhan because I want
Pycon
Super
looks sick.
Paikuhan.
I actually do think Pycon.
Yeah.
When we talk about blue, I do kind of like Pycon a little bit. But all right, so okay,
Paikuhan.
let's get to my favorite part. Gun to your head. Okay, so Alex, you're saying, or I'm sorry, Chris, you're saying SS4 if you cannot negate the. You know what? I'm
I
with
think that's
him.
what we're all saying.
Yeah, I think we're all saying
Yeah.
that. Are we all saying that we're SS4
Yeah.
if you can? Okay, I agree with that. I like
Sin
that.
if you're a really good pilot, because Sin can beat SS4 if you're a better pilot than your opponent.
Yeah,
Even
but
with
you're
the
not
ruling
okay.
as is,
But
yeah.
this is game. In this game, not everybody plays the same thing. Back when Storm was tier 0, nobody could beat Storm. It was still only like 25% of the room. Like people still want to play
Yeah.
what they want to play. Like so, I mean, I don't care how good Sin is. I really don't.
The thing-
People are
and-
still gonna play Pycon. I'm sorry. Like
No.
Connor's gonna play Blue Halo Goku. I'm sorry. Like so, I'm not worried about. I respect Sin Shenron, but do I expect that all 10 of you are gonna bring it to locals? I know you're not.
The thing is, you might see more Sin Shenron than you will Gogeta,
Sure.
because Sin Shenron has 1 SR.
Sure. Yeah.
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 And you
wait.
can play any secret rare in that deck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Oh.
no, you can only play red cards.
Oh.
No, but it's not
Vegeta.
mono. You can play stuff like Radiant.
Oh, okay.
Radiant's the play then.
That's why you can play Hard
Or-
That might be.
Or
You,
Vegeta.
you can
True.
you can play Radiant, you can play like Heartfelt Plea in that deck. You can play if you want to go to turn 5, you can or turn 4 or 5, you can play the Vegeta Unbridled Power, or you can play the Goku Frieza Miraculous Conclusion. Like you can play these
Or
cards.
Army Reborn.
Yes. No. In
That's
early
what I'm
testing.
with
Yeah.
this
In
board.
early testing, I'm like, you know what? I own Radiant, but I want to try Reborn because you see like in a 3, so you could just token to get once yourself down to 2.
And
True.
the thing with Sin is that the biggest thing with Army Reborn is blue. But in Sin, your opponent's not going to have a unison for God Seal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the airdrop will make 20 the unison on your turn, and when they swing, you'll do it again.
Yeah,
so you drop two markers.
So he's constantly killing my unison that's +2ing every turn. A blue player that has like a... I don't care about your hit unison. That thing's going to die. You're not gonna have God Seal on that.
Unison doesn't even gain markers.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
I know, I love blue
Army
unison, but
Reborn is
goddamn,
more
that's just gonna get
viable
eaten
than
up next set.
Do we all agree that investing 2 energy every turn to play another unison isn't going to be the play?
Not
Yeah.
unison can +2.
Yeah, like the Gogeta
Unless
the
it can plus
only
two, okay.
unison I can think of that I'd tap to again because he looks top 3 for any red card of the game, +1 to play a cantrip. Like that's actually worth 2 energy.
Well, it
But
doesn't
I'm
just
gonna go
tap
into the- I'm
two,
gonna
you're
go
also
into the
playing
top of
1-drops. Like, it's not
I'm
like...
gonna-
Like, your deck plays 1-drops, and your unison's playing 1-drop, so you're not wasting that 2-drop
You're wasting the
turn.
energy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go
Yeah.
into green for a second. Even green has amazing outs. Now, have you read that Piccolo?
Yeah. yeah. Man. It's so stupid.
Forever he's the energy.
Hey, bro, you gotta save it for the next.
Yeah, we're gonna save him for green, but...
But that Piccolo's dumb.
No, I'm gonna be serious when I say this. I wouldn't be surprised if they printed a couple unisons that might have +3s in the future. Because unisons might just
Yeah.
become irrelevant.
No.
That's actually right. I could totally.
No, I agree.
So...
Because even at +2, for
Or-
examples in testing, when I'm playing Gogeta and he's playing Sin, he's killing my Gogeta at 4 or 5 markers every turn.
Or they might finally start making unisons that have barrier.
Sure.
They have barrier. Oh, wait.
Name one
Oh.
unison that has barrier.
No, you're right. No, I know
Like
what you mean.
actual
I'm sorry.
barrier.
I know what you mean. Yeah,
Yeah.
wow, that's
But
fucked
we
up.
actually have stuff
Yeah,
that's going to
but
target
we-
them
Please
now.
don't
so.
do that.
In unison with Victory, they're gonna give it to yellow first.
Hell
But
yeah.
that's why we're getting
Why'd you have to say that?
stuff like the green Piccolo unison where you can -1 and get dual attack for a turn. Like there's gonna be unisons where just on play you get value and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not playing them for the charismatic. You're not playing
Bro.
them for the Yamcha. You're literally just playing them to get value.
Imagine that green Piccolo like a year ago.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
That would have
God.
been insane. Yeah, it would have been cracked.
Bro,
That's why it's coming out now.
These cards coming out, just the way that they abuse unisons. Unisons are gonna really fall out of favor when this set gets revealed
Yeah.
or released because of.
Oh yeah, until they just like make the most cracked unisons you read. One cost 20k unisons that like just do so much because that's just where the level comes from.
I've been saying to give us a 1-cost vanilla 20k unison that just has a +2.
We have that.
I
We
would
have
play
that, and it's called Bergamo, the yellow Bergamo. You give that
Oh,
boy
I
enough.
ordered a few of those.
Yeah,
I
sure.
ordered a few
I
of them.
love that
Exactly.
unison. I love Bergamo unison.
So here's my thoughts on what they might try to do with the direction of the game is they might try to just like phase out unisons for a little bit, let the Z cards be really strong, and then like bring the unisons or the multicolor back in, and
I
then bring the
really
other
hope-
one in
I
after that.
really hope.
Like multicolored unisons later.
I
No,
think they've
dude.
already mentioned that we're getting them.
Dude, Alex and I talked about it like when we were like just talking to each other. That if you have a blue-yellow unison, you have Godseal or Prideful, like or like you play,
Yeah, and
From-
then if your leader's blue-yellow, you have like released from evil.
or if you're
Okay,
blue-red.
no. If they give us multicolor unisons, it has to be like just for black decks, so they can play.
I'm down for that. Give me a
So they can
multicolored.
play.
Yeah,
all
but-
the-
Like it's black, it's like, are they gonna Godseal or Videl? Like you're sitting there like,
That would be sick though. Imagine being able to run like a couple copies of each of the ones you like.
it's like yeah, like you're literally sitting there
They're gonna
sweating.
give- You think they're gonna give black a counterplay this set finally?
No.
You
No.
don't think
I
so?
think they're trying to get away from counterplay.
I'm down for that. I'm down for more.
I haven't seen any in any like. Have you guys seen any counterplays this set?
Yes,
No.
the green Chi-Chi in Turtle School.
Oh my.
That's-
Yeah. Okay, but
Cards
Actually, there was a Sin Shenron card we didn't talk about. That's a counterplay.
is it good?
And it's 10
Is
to
it
the
worth
entire
talking about?
board.
That's
Oh no, that's a
counterattack.
counterattack. No,
Oh,
that's
okay.
minus something negative powerball.
It's
That's a
actionable.
that's a really nice negate. Like
Yeah.
I read that card and said, wow, Swarm decks get fucked. You
Oh,
like
you're playing AOD.
Oh, the
Let me make
negate,
that
the negs,
yeah,
everything.
let me just end your turn.
I think it's this one. The
Like,
minus
yeah.
energy Powerball, negate the attack.
Yeah.
Additionally, if your leader is what it obviously fucking is, choose all your opponent's battle cards and negative 10,000. Yeah. I like that card.
That card is gross. You tell
Yeah.
like big going wide decks, your turn's over.
By the way, it's a common.
Dude, that's the best.
That's why I said you're gonna see this deck a lot, probably, because
Yeah,
there's
it's
one
cheaper.
SR.
That's why you should be on this
One
deck.
SR. Gogeta has like 3 SPRs and 3 SRs, does it not?
Yeah, good point, man.
Yeah.
Really good
Yeah.
point. And the SCR is just cards you already own.
You know what? You know what cards are gonna be low key?
Yeah, the SCR, you can't even play the red SCR in Sin. So
Yeah,
you don't
you're
even
not
need to worry about pulling the red SCR.
True.
You also don't need imposing because you're not a Saiyan, so you can't play it. Like you could build like
So
this is a
funny.
very budget deck.
Yeah.
Is the
You just need like a set of violent rays and that's
But
it.
they keep giving us really good budget GT stuff. Just keep.
And by the way, guys, if you're worried about the uncommon Z Awaken leader not being lit enough, because I'm gonna get that uncommon. I'm trying to get that uncommon fucking
pre-stamped
foil.
Dude, Z leaders pre-stamped. Oh, they're gonna be so much because they're the first.
This
No,
man was
no,
trying
no,
to
no,
segue
no.
into fucking sponsorship ad and
You guys are
ruined it
buying
for
that
him.
shit? I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying any Z Leader Awaken. I'm going right to Davidson. I'm going right to Davidson TCG, and I'm getting my
Let's go.
VSA copy. Stand by, because we're bringing up the VSA. If you want to join VSA, you can get a mat or you can get a jersey. Start now, or as soon as Davidson TCG, because they're making them right now. They're at work with the hammers in the motherfucking factory. They're building them right now. They're building. You know the scenes in fucking movies when the good guy's building a sword and shit? That's Davidson TCG right now, just clanking away, putting the VSA logo. So when it's ready, we're gonna reveal it, and it's gonna be fun. All the Battle City tournament. Who's winning the Battle City tournament right now, by the way?
I haven't been playing that much. You
haven't been playing that much yet? I'm on it, but-
Let me go into it real fast.
Yeah, so we have a tournament, the Battle City tournament, every month where we just basically play. Everybody that plays, you can only play somebody like 4 times a day, I think, or whatever the fuck the rule is.
Thomas.
And for every win you have, you get a point. And at the end of the month, the people with the most points, they go off in a little tournament, and the winner
like
gets like a box. We have like really good pricing. You can have a special
Yeah,
mat
we're
with your
winning
name
a
on
box.
it. You get a
Wait a
box.
Here.
Yeah, look at
Wait a
this.
second,
Look at
I have
this
a winner.
fucking mat.
Where's? Sorry.
Thomas
here's my
Bellinger, that dude won like 8 of these tournaments, bro. That dude been making all the
Farming,
time.
farming
one.
them.
The same amount as him.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
1 second. Change video. Let me
Thomas
take
the
my video back
motherfucking
off.
OG.
You're gonna see my messy room. Here we go.
What do you mean?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was your room.
Your room's not bad at all. Yeah,
Oh, you're,
That does
you're
look
not
like-
Oracle from Batman?
yeah, dude. That's
This is
so
my
nasty.
winner.
Wait, look, show us your name. Show us your name. Alexander Lawrence. Fuck yeah.
Show us your address too.
That shit looks so nasty.
No.
Yeah, so if
okay.
you try
You
to
know
join
my address,
VSA, you can do the
Yeah,
map.
Chris, I want a second one, but I gave it to Chris. Chris has like it's,
king.
Vegeta that's holding Android 19's ripped off hands.
That's sick. I like that. That's probably my second favorite. I like the one Kenny has. So yeah, you can do the jersey, you can do the mat, or you can do the you can flex the Z leader. That's such a nice flex. Or you can just get a normal leader. I wish I could show you guys, you, Alex, Nassif, and Chris, this Z leader. It looks so fucking nasty. And like the
You
SS4.
could screen share.
Yeah, no, I don't know how to do that. But yeah, but
It's fine.
so if y'all watching,
The first
I'm
thing I'm
gonna.
picking up from Davidson is gonna be the Videl leader. That Videl leader is heat.
Oh, the green one? Dude, you've been playing that
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. You play leaders that nobody knows what they do. You just clap people. And I'm like, damn. Well, now I know what Videl does.
I need to see Davidson's Red Sin leader because I know it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, dude, they don't. The fucking Davidson didn't know what they were doing. Because when ProMat started being our sponsor, they're like, yeah, let's be sponsors. And then we gave them like 1 million fucking people. Now Davidson about to be working. Because, bro, when we bought these jerseys, it was a $3,000 order. I'll show you the receipt. That's how many people, yeah. And they had yeah, but it went down to 1,000. Because the more people, the bigger the batch, the bigger the discount. They completely changed their policy because of us. But we stole so much money. By the way, like, no bullshit. When we got our jerseys, we put it in all one batch. It was like 80 people. And we did it. This jersey place had to make 80 jerseys. They had to make 80 XXXL jerseys for Vegeta Saiyan Army for $3,000. So that shit, guys. Yeah, that shit was so nasty. I have the screen capped shit for that. That was like $3,000. Some motherfuckers lost. They negged so hard. Yeah, they got fucking outplayed. But they got 2-0 by VSX. But yeah, if you guys have any closing
Our
thoughts.
gameplay's got the strats.
Yeah, they got bodied. But I'll go first, obviously, as the king. I'm so happy, like I said before, that yellow's had its time to shine. So has black, a little less, but blue and yellow, every Nats has been won by fucking yellow. It's actually been kind of crazy. So I'm glad that red's been good for 3 sets now, when yellow's been good for like 20 sets, including all the themes and all that. So I'm glad green and red seem to be the ones. By the way, we are saying this on...
Before yellow.
No, yeah, we're
black.
Monday, August 15th, by the way. This might look real fucking stupid when we see the, when we see the yellow reveals. So hey, and I love yellow, so I'm just saying, I like what they're doing with red. Speaking only about red, I guess, I'm glad every red deck, we have a very super competitive, sweaty red deck, a cool, loyal, good guy red deck in Pan, and another cool guy deck in Sin. Like a really cool guy, like Sin deck.
A friendly one in Sin.
Yeah. And it's not the same as the other ones, I guess. Like, those are very defensive. This one can be as well, but I like the difference. Do you guys have any, Alex, do you have any final goodbyes for today before we hit green next time?
No, I mean, I'm really excited for the green stuff. The red stuff it's super fun. Like I said, I'm not really a red player. I played Rildo from last set. That's about my experience with red, and like Bulma, but I don't.
Rildo's a yellow deck, by the way. I don't care what you say.
But I love Rildo. Rildo is super fun, and I just can't wait to play Sin and Gogeta. I love my GT deck. Sorry, I'm a GT fan. Everyone in the chat knows it. No one else likes it except for me. They all shit on me for it.
I like GT to an extent. I only shit on GT when you shit on Super. But I truly do like GT.
No, they're both flawed, perfect shows, you know?
They're both bad.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna be quick.
Oh
Bro,
my god.
The first 3 seasons of
guys,
we're
This
not.
is going to be a
Guys,
15-minute
this is
conversation.
red
Let's wrap it up.
Alright,
Guys, we're not having an anime discussion.
we will have an anime discussion one day.
I'm really happy that the red decks are GT based and they look super fun.
Oh yeah,
Like,
they are.
look really fun to play. So I'm really excited to play them.
Fun is a good word. Fun for new players, fun for us. That's true. Naseeb, what do you think?
Yeah. Just in a more general sense, I'm glad that red is strong, because red being strong is healthy for a game that right now is very, very counterplay and defense heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like we're kind of getting away from that with red this set, and with every color this set, just like Z cards and having more access to everything and aggression. I think the game is like realizing its flaws before they become too overwhelming to escape from, in a sense.
Yeah.
So I like that for it. Bandai's doing a better job than a lot of people give them credit for in that sense.
Yeah, they tripped over those rocks and they're fucking missing them now. Alright, Chris. Alright, guys, that's everybody. So again, I'm kidding, Chris. What's your final thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, everything just looks great. I'm really glad to be a part of the... I started in Realm of Gods. And
yeah,
so
you started as a young invader. He was one of our young invaders in VSA. He was like this tall. He came into locals one day, and I put him on my shoulders. And now, well, Alex has been helping him out a lot more even. And you've come so far. You're a great player, you know. And then there's Ross, who's trash. I hope you're watching, Ross.
Damn.
Ross is so bad. But like, but
no love
that's
for
all.
us.
You gotta put in the hours, baby.
Frank, I'm gonna let you know this. Don't be underestimating Ross. That man's about to have a lot more free time to learn how to play his U7 Gohan.
He got fired? That's what happens.
No,
That's what happens.
He did not get fired. But he has a lot more free time, and he's gonna be learning U7 Gohan.
And
oh, good. Oh, yeah, U7 Gohan. Okay, we're
Is
speaking
me,
about
Chris,
red.
and Ross.
So I'm okay to say this, but U7 Gohan is one of the few decks. There's a couple of good decks that have gotten an indirect support, indirect shots fired, is pretty sick. And I want to see how good Gohan is. I wonder if it'll get eroded, maybe.
Anniversary box is when it gets nutty.
We never brought that up because we were talking about the new decks, but there's so many old decks, that combo-oriented decks, that are going to be great next time. U7 Gohan, Chris
Launch is getting eroded.
Launch is going to be really good.
No, it's not.
But something I'm realizing now is those decks, their ceiling is restricted by the Z cards that we have, and right now the Z cards we have are a little limited.
Rush Attack Vegeta is really good.
They're good, but like you're paying 2 energy for that, you're paying 2 energy for the Goku. That's
a good point. It gets in the way of your curve.
for those decks to be really nutty, they need maybe one archetype-oriented Z card to help them with their stuff and help them keep up with how crazy things are.
Broly Surge can become good depending on what happens.
And then a Z Awaken, yeah. Because Broly Surge is getting a Z Awaken, Gohan's getting a Z card.
No, Broly Surge getting a Z battle card.
Oh, it's a battle card. My bad.
But like again,
so they're both getting battle cards.
Couple generic cards make the deck infinitely better.
Yes.
All right, Chris, what's your final thoughts? You have 3 seconds.
When are you inviting us
I'm
to the
kidding,
band
you don't. Well, what's your final thoughts, though?
Yeah, just this set looks great, and honestly, just as we're talking about this, I'm just really looking forward. This is a very healthy game that I'm really curious what they're doing with the ban list.
Yeah, that's gonna be nasty. There's gonna be a lot of
really
things that we didn't expect.
It's really hard to guess. Like I'm sitting here with Alex talking, like they could really it's Wild West in this band.
Coming from, sorry to hijack, but coming from Yu-Gi-Oh, I've noticed that this game people hate ban lists in this game.
Yeah.
Like in Yu-Gi-Oh, people are like, "Oh, bro, I can't wait for the ban list for them to do this, and that." Bro, you breathe the word ban, and you will get mauled by people in this.
Yeah, and I don't know. I love ban list discussions.
You also post ridiculous questions sometimes, but not the last one. You also bait people. You know what you're doing, Alex. You're not slick. Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. You do bait people out.
Some people you can
but we love you for
something
that.
and like try to bait them, but no, I think certain cards do need addressed on the list, but
I do agree.
Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan will not survive.
I'm gonna say that this this community does not promote healthy ban list discussions. If you try to talk about a ban list, they will attack you.
I guess we all come from Yu-Gi-Oh also though, but
they'll just say get good, nerd. That's pretty much all they'll say.
I feel like the whole ban list discussion. I think they're gonna ban a lot of things that we're like, wait, why is this getting banned?
Yeah.
Because Bandai
Did you see an identity last set?
Yeah, oh my god.
Yeah, in Yu-Gi-Oh, ban lists are like one of the most popular topics. People love discussing ban lists, and it's like
I don't know.
Whenever there's one close, like there's a ban list like a couple weeks away, it's like all you see on the YouTube channels. Like everyone's talking about the ban list, but then like with Dragon Ball, you don't. Again, like Alex said, you don't see a lot of it. You just see people saying like you're bad.
To be fair, though, Yu-Gi-Oh is a game of every set introduces an even more busted archetype, and then the ban list just scales that archetype back so they can sell the next product.
Yes. Yeah, that they do it a lot differently. Yeah. I'd be pissed if they did it that way, because usually an SR hero will last a couple of sets. Like, I expect this Piccolo.
Guys, I've been saying this, but they're gonna ban the cunning cards so they can sell more Gokus.
You're an idiot. They're not gonna ban the cunning cards to sell the SCR.
No, but Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan, like, you can't play. Yeah. I mean,
I don't.
A lot of these things are free playing.
Dude, every leader now.
I'm not saying for Red specifically. I'm just saying everything's free playing. So
yeah, but everything that's free playing is 20k in this set so far.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Shit ton of 20ks.
Since Shenron's playing 9ks. I mean, since Shenron's gonna neg it, but.
Since Shenron's gonna say you had 15.
Yeah, I know.
Issue with DP BMS. It's more of just the other colors.
He got into the Yu-Gi-Oh mode.
Yeah.
DP BMS. Dark Power Black Mass Saiyan.
You look like a DP Black Mass Saiyan.
Well, if that's what, hell yeah. So, but just remember, guys, if you're buying cards from this set, go to Davidson TCG, the new motherfucking sponsor of Vegeta Saiyan Army. Let's go. Ooh, 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 ooh.